Hello YouTube, how you doing? Fancy some more Dwarf Fortress? A bit of the old Axethunder, or Cryptbeards as the series is called? Oh, somebody's in chat. I was wrong. It looks like we do have someone watching. I was about to say to you YouTubers that it's just me and you, but turns out no. Claycree is in chat. Hello Claycree. Tacoma, never heard of it. Are you sure you don't mean Amokat? That's true. That's true. There is, if any of you happen to live in the mirror dimension or any of the alternate flipped worlds, you might want to visit Amokat Semag. It's a different store, okay? It's on an entirely different dimensional plane, but they sell similar kinds of stuff. Just imagine saying tabletop role-playing games, collectible card games, board games, polyhedral dice backwards. I'm not going to attempt it right here. Maybe I'll give it a go at some point. We'll see what happens, but not today. Not today. Anyway, Claycree, are you ready for a little bit of Dwarf Fortress? I think the YouTubers are. Both of them. Right, let's have a little look and see what's going on in the fort. No extant siege. That's good. I don't think there's any monsters about. I'm going to check to see if we've got any alerts activated. No, it's looking all good. What's our population like? 53 adults, 3 children, and 1 vulnerable baby. But hopefully we'll be able to keep them alive this time round. Okay, the fortress looks interesting. We've got bodies outside which indicate recent badness going on. Ah, yes, there was a Cyclops, wasn't there? Is the Cyclops dead? That's the key question to ask before we continue. Elk birds, 2 humped camels, troglodytes, the outpost liaison, 4 trolls, 3 beak dogs, and 2 goblins in cages, along with the trolls and beak dogs. Good. Everything seems relatively calm, placid, easy to get on with. Nice. Okay, I'm going to check my hotkeys. There's the main gate. Here's our production area. Looking like the metal bar situation is good. We are going to have to find something to use up more of that copper, though, because clearly we're producing it far faster than we need it. We should have here a dining hall with a lovely little well system set up. That's good. We've got offices for all of our nobles that we have, and I think a spare office or 2. There's our levers in the entryway to the dining hall. Those will open the main gates, upstairs and downstairs gates for access to the fortress. We've got food stockpiles here. We've got our miasma producing industries on the right hand side there. It's all good. I do need to sort out the egg situation though. As I understand it, one of the DF hack things I'm using needs a slightly fruity setup for nest boxes. So I need to set up a nest box and then an area or a zone around each nest box. But I'll get to that later on. This is not vital because we have been surviving with the food we've been able to purchase or grow. Bedroom floor looking pretty decent. Needs a few doors put in, maybe a few more beds put in, but we're getting towards a number of rooms that's suitable for the number of dwarves we have, and I'm happy about that. Here we've got our kingly mayor's bedroom, not king's bedroom. That's all sorted, and next door, I think that belongs to the captain of the guard or someone. He needs a room. He needs cheering up. His room's just not adequate for him. Let's go down a floor. Actually, let's not do that. Let's use our hotkeys. There we go. The stock room's looking pretty good. The finished goods stockpile is hideous and unsorted and should probably be gone through and organised, but we'll get round to that. The actually sorted stockpiles are pretty good. I'm happy about those. Oh, look, they've bunged a bin in the mechanism stockpile. Bins would allow us to significantly reduce the size of the stockpile we use for mechanisms. But I like it like that for now. We'll keep it going. Let's not get too excited about things. We've got slabs. We've got, what's this down here? Armour. Oh, okay. And a copper bin and a cloth stockpile. Okay, we're good for cloth. These are different trap components. I think that's spinning glass blades, and this one is that's spike balls, that's spinning glass blades. What's this one? Furniture. Show me the details, please. Give me your deets. What's going on here? Obviously it's only for one thing. Large pots and food storage. Okay, they don't seem to be hanging around in the stockpiles very much. They seem to be heading straight out into the world. What else have we got going on? We've got our stage 1 workshops, all with the right materials nearby. Carpenter's going to have a bit of trouble. I think we're getting to the point where we don't have a lot of easily collectible wood available, unless we start hacking down fruit trees, which I'm kind of loath to do because they're good for producing booze. Then down here we've got our textiles floor. Is it all textiles? Leatherworks, loom, clothier's shop, 2 of, 2 farmers' workshops, and a dyer's shop. Spin thread, shear animal. It's cool. Very cool. Okay. Somebody did put a message in the Discord the other day, giving me a bit of a hint about how to keep the sand going, so we don't end up with the dwarves stopping collecting sand due to overgrowth. And they were saying, this is not the area to look at it, but I'm just checking my farm. They were saying that if you put grazing animals over the farm area, over the sand area, they keep back all the overgrowth, and you end up getting a lot more sand out of it, which I thought was bloody splendid. So let's go to where our sand collection is, down here. And maybe we need to make this a larger area. It was also grates. I think you can put grates down on there as well. But for now, we're going to just go to these stockpiles. I think it's actually 2 separate ones. Arse candles it is. But that's fine, because we're going to say pen pasture, pen pasture. In this one, we're going to set the information for our grazing animals. Shit. Okay. The rabbit's going in there. We're going to put the bull and the horse lower down, because I feel like these guys are going to eat more grass, and therefore they're going to clear more ground, and everything's going to be kept clearer for the sand collectors to go, right? Let's have a look. What have we got? What have we got going on in these workshops? Show me Dwarf Fortress. Fill me in. No suspended jobs, so it does look like they're collecting sand, so that's good. And over here we've got lots of, I think these are empty bags, right? Yeah, giant sparrow leather bags. Oh, hello, don't hit the mute key. You're looking for escape. And then we've got these gypsum plaster bags, which is all very exciting. We still haven't got soap for the hospital, have we? Let's have a quick look at our hospital. It's looking okay. Nothing too exciting. And our animal stockpile / prison is going well. You know what? I think it might be time to actually put down a proper prison. So what I'm going to do is I am going to build a cage for Jay, sorry. And along here I'm going to place about there a fungi wood cage, right? But that's not all I'm doing. I'm also going to put some chains down and give the dwarf in the prison a little bit of luxury to keep them happy, so we don't have them come out of their confinement and immediately lose their mind and start beating people to death, which is counterproductive, really. I mean, you don't want your people to come out of prison worse than when they went in. That's bonkers. Let's put a restraint in. There we go, a lovely little restraint. I'm going to pop that here, like that. It's a sheep wool rope. Maybe not the greatest restraint. Maybe people will escape from it, but it's worth an attempt. I'm also going to put another restraint there. This one, maybe we'll muck about. We'll go with the copper chains, just to be sure that we're testing against both cases. So there's our rope. We also want to build beds next to these, because apparently beds are very important, especially for prisoners. And then we'll put a table next to each bed and a chair next to each table. Does that cover everything? Does that cover everything that they might want? Maybe we should put a statue next to them or something, just to keep them cheery. No, it'll be fine. We'll let that get built. It's all good. It's all good. Let's unpause the action and watch our dwarves spring into action. The entry trapway is a little bit... for me. I would like to have some of these traps refixed, and I would like to get rid of this Cyclops corpse. It's not optimal. Not even close to optimal, in fact. Resuming production, steel high boots. Oh, we must have picked up some steel from somewhere. I don't know where that came from, but fair enough. I also think we need to very seriously worry about our rubbish and corpses situation, because there's too much here. Look, there's tons of crap. And what's this? Firelight floodgates. Giginamet's nose cartilage. Sure, I mean, these are all important items to deal with, but let's deal with them externally rather than internally. This is not going to be great. We could set... actually, let's make a bigger corpse stockpile. Let's not fanny about. Let's just get serious. Let's get serious about the corpse situation. What is going on over here? Oh, yes, this is underneath our little farm, isn't it? I didn't realise we had all these trees up here. Are these... They must be fruit trees that have grown, mustn't they? Right, I'm going to put some corpses over here, out of the way, on this little rocky piece of ground. That's going to be a big enough stockpile. We're also going to bung a refuse stockpile up here because, frankly, those other ones are far too full and we need to get rid of all the crap in them. There we go. That'll do. Right, back down to the refuse scenario. Refuse area. Here we go. Let's say P, X, remove stockpiles, and bingo. Check it. Rah. Lovely. Now that should result in people coming down and collecting some of this shit and putting it somewhere useful. I'm intrigued as to why so many of our floodgates have ended up here. They don't seem like they would belong in a corpse or a refuse stockpile. So let's just click on them, see what's going on. Nothing in particular. Just a floodgate sitting in a stockpile, as they do. I mean, where else would you put a floodgate in reality? Other than somewhere where you wanted to stop the flow of water. Or magma. Any liquid, really, I suppose. Nice and easy. Our farm is looking worryingly barren. What's going on there? It is plump helmet planting season, so I feel like they should be coming along, but it looks like they're not. Hello, Sorrel the Soul. Welcome back. I have me a plate of bacon and eggs. Ooh, I would love a bit of bacon and eggs right now. I did have a choice. I could have gone and cooked myself a nice lunch or streamed this afternoon, and I thought I'd go with streaming. Just because, daytime streams, they tend to do okay, and lately I've been getting a shitload more viewers than normal, so I thought, strike while the iron's hot. Capitalise. See what happens. Who knows? Maybe everyone's at work or asleep. Maybe everyone's died in a horrible plague. That would be bad, wouldn't it? Ideally, that's not the scenario we're faced with. Where was I? I was trying to get things sorted, wasn't I? Right, we looked at the farm. It looks like they're planting stuff. There's no need to panic about that. Are they moving any of the refuse outside? It looks so. It looks so. Could we assign refuse wheelbarrows, I wonder? Let's go back up to where the refuse is, over here. Refuse resist, as they say in Sepultura land. Let's give them wheelbarrows, right? Maximum wheelbarrows. Let's say I would maximum use 10 wheelbarrows here. Will that get them to move more shit at once? Because I'm guessing, comparing to the real world, they could probably move more than one thing with a wheelbarrow, right? Go there, tip in a load of rubbish, and then bring it back out. Or, if you prefer the American term, trash or garbage. Although I don't suppose they're either exclusively American, are they? That's a bit weird thing to say, really, demanding that it be American. Needs mechanisms, construction suspended. No longer suspended. Keep building. Keep working. Come on, we've got mechanisms. It's not a problem. Toaster ovens are great for bacon. 20 minutes at 400 degrees F or 200 degrees C. Toaster oven. Is that like one of those? It looks like a microwave, but it's got like a metal rack inside it. It's kind of like got a grill bit on the top kind of thing. Is that what you're describing? I'm not familiar with culinary machinery, but yeah, yes, one of those. Yeah, no, that sounds a very good idea, actually. Bacon. I do like grilled bacon more than I like fried bacon. I like a crisp, crunchy piece of bacon. It's got to be a little bit of give in the middle, and then the edges have to be crisp and crunchy, especially the fat. The fat has to be nice and crisp. Very good. My sister has this thing called I think it's a bacon iron or something. It's basically a big cast iron, like flat plate. And as you're cooking bacon in the frying pan, you put the cast iron plate on top of it and it flattens it out and makes it super crisp. But we don't have one of those, so I find my best results tend to be under the grill. But yeah, maybe a toaster oven. I mean, we are looking to replace our microwave at some point in the future because more than once I have badly scuffed cooking a potato. And now we have this smell coming from the microwave, which can only be described as smoke. The whole thing smells of a house fire, which is annoying, because all that happened was I left a potato in for far too long. For some reason, I was making one the first time, and I just thought, I'll just turn the dial up and I'll go and get it. And I went back upstairs to play Dark Souls and stream Dark Souls, and then when I actually remembered I'd put the potato in, I went down there and it was like a glowing ember, like a black outer casing in the shape of potato skin. Excuse me. But inside you could see like actual light coming out of it from the heat. So that was a pretty rough pretty rough one. Made a lot of smoke as well, which had been contained inside the microwave. So when I opened it, it was like a solid cube of smoke slid out of the doorway for a second and then went poof. Of course, the astute among you will have noted immediately that of course it wasn't a cube, because who's got a fucking cubic microwave? They're always oblong. Oblong? Cuboid? They're always like a rectangular shape, aren't they? In fact, do microwaves usually have a 16:9 aspect ratio? And why and how did they come to a standard for microwave fascia? I don't know. Oh, hello. Oh, hello, Salot. Thank you very much. And you've brought someone too. Much appreciated. Very nice of you. Oh, we're just talking about my microwave scuff-ups. Oh, and the second time I killed a potato like that in the microwave, I went, oh yeah, potatoes need 50 minutes, Papag, and just put it in for 50 minutes. And then when I came back downstairs, I went, oh, it's 15 minutes in the microwave, 50 minutes in the oven. Duh. And again, I was presented with another. It looked like something that had been pulled from the heart of a bonfire. It was insane. The first time, I managed to get rid of the smell. But the second time, it's really stuck around. So I know microwaves aren't expensive. We don't actually use it that often, though. So it feels... Why am I going to replace it? More to the point, why am I discussing my microwave replacement strategy with people who have apparently come to watch me play Dwarf Fortress? Seems like a bit of a transgression, bit of a diversion. But hey, let's have a look in chat and see what's going on. Hello, Animal104. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. And thanks for coming along with Ocelot. Much appreciated. I do need to have a look at Ocelot's channel. I've seen you stream once and gone, oh, I should look at that, but I've got to do this. So I will catch up with what you're doing. If I see someone who's been in my chat streaming, I tend to check it out every now and again. But the amount I stream compared to the amount of streams I watch is quite disproportionate. If I've got the time to watch a stream, I'm probably going to go, I could do this myself. I've got the gear. Let's do it. That's how it works. Hello, Eldrazer. Is that right? Have I got that? I have. Eldrazer. Ooh, I like that name. That's quite good. I mistook 50 seconds for 50 minutes in the microwave once the fire alarm went off. I'm not surprised. I mean, depending on what you've put in there, it could be totally benign or it could be awful. I mean, if you leave a jug of water in there and boil it off, you can clean the microwave that way. But if you leave something that, is going to dry out and burn, oh my God, the number of times I've accidentally done that with a potato. Oh, Specs Marina. Hello there. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Speaking of which, I believe you were in chat the first time I cremated a potato in my microwave. I could be wrong, but I feel you were in that era of the Dark Souls 1 run. Couldn't tell you what episode it is in the YouTube videos. Not that anyone's going to go and look that up. It's not what you would call a gaming highlight. I don't think. Mind you, if PewDiePie did it, people would go and watch it, wouldn't they? Where was I? I once put a pizza in the oven with the plastic wrap still around. Oh, store was still open, lucky. For some reason, and I know this isn't what actually happened, I just assumed you took it back to the store and went, this has got a plastic bag on it. I can't cook this, which is be very strange behaviour. But of course, what you did was just go and get another pizza. Idiot me. To be honest, Specs Marina, I'm probably making more of the potatoes than is warranted. You may have seen the clip, but it would be perfectly acceptable and very normal for you to have completely failed to absorb any of the information in it. There's no requirement for you to remember the potato anecdote. Well, live and learn, animal. Live and learn. Animal? I'm presuming it's wordplay on animal, but I don't know if you want me to pronounce it animal or animal, or something. I don't know. It's quite hard to correct pronunciations in chat as well. Why do I keep doing this? Why don't I just call people what it looks like they're called? Anyway, back to the fortress. Something has paused, so presumably something bad has happened. Oppressor has withdrawn from society. Is this a good mood that will give me extra skills, or is this a shit mood that just gives me an item? Not that the items are bad, but you want the items and the skills. I don't see him. Where is he? Is he toddled off somewhere? Oh, he's in the miasma. Okay, let's just follow him. See where he goes. capital F for follow this time, apparently. Don't know what makes the difference between a capital F follow and a lowercase F follow, but it's definitely a thing. Okay, he's going to the workshop. Second Crafts Dwarf workshop. Ooh, this is a spicy boy. He's gone for the first one. Very unusual. Right, let's unpause and see what he does. He's going for his items, so we have at least part of it in stock. Where are we going? Oh, to the medical bay for a rock. Of course, that rock may have picked up some kind of psychic waves from those in pain in the fortress, making it perfect for the effect he's trying to achieve. I doubt that somehow. I think it's more about him just going for a piece of rock that's tantalising to him somehow. I mean, what I should do is set all of these workshops to only feed from the stockpiles in front of them. I don't know why I haven't done that already. That's stupid. But let's watch this guy. Let's watch him go, see what he does. What's with the miasma and the thirsty dwarves? You know what? I'm not entirely sure why they're so thirsty. We've got booze, plenty of booze. We've got water. I mean, I don't know what it is that's stopping them from getting a drink. Also, as far as the, what was it, miasma? We've had a Cyclops get caught in the cage traps, and nobody seems to want to clear out the traps for some reason. They seem reluctant to pull the mashed up bits of mythical creature out of the gears and blades of the trap. To be honest, if you'd seen the thing go off, you would be a bit of a nervous Nelly about putting your hand in there. It looks like he's started his construction. Excellent, we can stop watching him. All right, back up to the surface, and let's see, does anybody have any hints or tips about miasma? Specs, seeing as you put the subject up, do you have any foolproof methods for the removal of miasma from corridors? I mean, it doesn't help that every time dwarves go outside, they start vomiting everywhere. Actually, let's... it's shut up down here. Okay, they're going through the daylight to get to the caverns, which is not really optimal. So, if I pull this, add pull now, that should result in someone pulling the lever, and then... Anyone going to actually pull it? No, people are going to dance around it like it's kind of a maypole or something, but pull it? Oh, as if. Stick that idea up your bum, scoundrel. Come on. Somebody pull the fucking thing. Or have I just missed it? There we go. Was that just pulled by a chicken? There we go. Now we should see people coming down this way instead of going out the main gate. Or at least, that's the dream. That is the dream. Oh, looks like we've got a follow. I just noticed that out of my corner. Out of my corner. Out of the corner of my eye. Thank you very much, Eldrazer. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Oh, blimey, this is actually quite deep, isn't it? And have we got a bit there with no... is there a well hole with no well cap? Oh, there's no well there. Mind you, there's nothing on that floor that you could actually get... Oh, we could do a connecting tunnel. Oh, sorry. Eshan Idashasen, the presser, has created Gisekuka Athambiban, a mica figurine of a dwarf. He claims it as a personal treasure. Let's have a little look at his personal treasure, his precious, that thing that he carries in his pockets is Gisekuka Athambiban, or Cobra Wave, the focus of balls. Now, okay. Already I have some fondness for this, even if this is a crap one. The name has come up with something very... Cobra Wave sounds like a fucking genre of synth music based around the G.I. Joe franchise. And the focus of balls, I mean, just the combination of ideas around ball focus and cobras is very evocative. I'm feeling sympathetic pains through the ether for those people who have had that as be a part of their life, you know? I wouldn't want to get bitten on the balls by a cobra. Let's have a look at what it looks like. It's worth 88 grand, so it's not the most expensive thing we have in the fortress, but I think we may be able to display it anyway. I should put some pedestals in, actually. This is a mica figurine of a dwarf. All crafts dwarfship is of the highest quality. The item is masterfully designed image of a dwarf in mica by Eshtan Idashishen. It is encrusted with rose-cut brown zircons and encircled with bands of oval mica cabochons and cushion-cut tanzanites. This object menaces with spikes of brown zircon and pipe opal. On the item is an image of Cobra Wave, the focus of balls in mica. Wait, no, hang on. Sorry, I misinterpreted that very much. On the item is an image of Cobra Wave, the focus of balls, the mica figurine of a dwarf in Big Dog Bone. So this is a recursive item, a classic Dwarf Fortress thing, an item with a picture of itself on the item, which makes me think, I mean, surely the drawing is off plan, right? You make it and then you draw on it, or do you make the drawing and then you... This isn't a very amusing line of questioning, so I'm going to abandon it, but I do like Cobra Wave, the focus of balls. This is mine. I got a tip. Miasma is a smelly gas. That's more of a fact. That's more of a fact. You're not really giving me any point of action on that tip. I mean, maybe even a bad tip has some indication of what action to take in it. Like, you could say, walk in and go, walk out and go... And that is a tip for dealing with miasma. It is a bad tip, but it's a tip nonetheless, unlike your fact there. Sorry to be picky, but you know, this is Dwarf Fortress. I'm pretty sure we've pulled in a few people who are quite pedantic, okay? What have we got going on here? I don't have Cyclops XP yet, says Specs Marina. Ah, okay, well, you know. I'm assuming you mean, like, in your fortress you have not yet killed a Cyclops, or in your adventure mode game, but I may have misinterpreted what you said owing to staring at the screen for too long and not reading chat. Holy crap, another follower. My Syntactics Advance? MS... Syntactics Advance? I don't know. I'm going with my Syntactics Advance. That's what I'm going with. Final offer before I'm corrected. Let's see how that goes. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for the follow. Much appreciated. And apologies. I'm not asking you to apologise for this. I apologise for mangling your name. I've got to put my teeth back in. Miasma, Control Alt Z, type rotten, and press Shift A and Shift D. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to try this. Into DFHack. Okay. So, oh, hang on. Or is that not in DFHack? Let's come out of here. Let's stop looking at Cobra Wave, the focus of balls. Let's just press Control Alt Z. Wait a minute. Let me just check. I'm not being Alt F4 duped here, am I? No. Control Alt Z. Yay! That opens GeForce Experience. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's try something different. Let's go into here and we will type. No, Control in DFHack. Let's try that in DFHack. Control Shift Z. Or did I type Control Shift Z. Okay, sorry. I tried Control Alt Z. Here we go. Okay, so Control Alt Z, type rotten. Okay, and press Shift A, Shift D. Okay. Obviously, I'm realising as I'm doing this that this is pointless because there's nothing in the rotten list, but okay, I get the idea of what's going on here. I've done it to nothing, but I get how we select a list and then we apply stuff to all that list. Very powerful, very premium, top tier, 300 IQ, no, 400 IQ Dwarf Fortress plays. I love it. It's a fact that I have no idea how to play this game. Well, Animal, even the people who play it well don't really fully grasp it. That's probably... There are people out there who fully grasp it. There are people who are very good at specific aspects of it as well. There's a streamer who's often in here and who I raid often afterwards called Cupo. Well worth a look at. Well worth a check. His fortresses are beautiful. Where are we looking? Back at chat again. Oathsalot. The stories the game makes are really the raison d'etre and the sort of absolute pinnacle of its achievements. It's beautiful the way it works. I learned a thing. Yes, I learned a thing. But let's put a couple of quotation marks around learned, just in case I don't remember it. You know how much I need to be prompted and cajoled. Where were we? Oh yes, we were unpausing to allow the game to continue because I've just spent a good 10 minutes or so just talking over a paused black screen. Good stuff. Well, I only know how to start a world and a map, but never got further than that. Well, Animal, there is a learning curve, a learning sort of wall, but it's actually a wall that isn't that high. Once you get like a basic understanding of the stuff that's going on around and all the menus, you pick it up pretty quickly. A few tutorials is good. The trouble with Dwarf Fortress tutorials is, having had a look at them lately, a lot of them are out of date, and a lot of them are very verbose, and they don't get to the point and break the menus down in a way that I would like. They're good, don't get me wrong. I enjoy them. I was watching a very long, like 60 plus video series by a guy I think is called Dastastic, and he does some pretty good breakdowns of different elements of Dwarf Fortress. But I feel like Krug Smash's start video was okay. It was okay, but I feel like nobody has made the Dwarf Fortress tutorial yet. You know, like if you look at other software, like I'm big into Blender, the 3D software, and if you look at the tutorials for that, there's a guy, Andrew Price, Blender Guru, he's made the beginner's tutorial series, but I don't think that exists for Dwarf Fortress yet. So maybe one day I'll have a dabble at that. I'll give it a crack, see if I can do a tutorial, but who knows? I mean, it'd be difficult not to stray to the corners of the triangle of trouble in that tutorial, and I think that would hamper its ability to spread through the internet, but we'll see. We'll see. Hello, Super Chaser, welcome back. I know, it's daytime, and you're like, oh, I can watch this one. It's not streaming in the middle of the night, and then I'm playing Dwarf Fortress, which will make you go, not even a face palm, it's like a 3-finger forehead placement. Ugh. Maybe even a little bit of a rub on the temple with the thumb. Possibly over this side, but I feel like you're not quite as stressed that you're going to be having your fingers all the way over your face going, ah. It's more of a, ah. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're excited. Maybe something else is happening. I don't know. I know, Super Chaser, I know. It is to the uninitiated, to the blue pillar, so to speak. It's oh, that's a bad one. That's got that reference aged badly, didn't it? It got sucked into all sorts of madness. But for the uninitiated, Dwarf Fortress is an incomprehensible mess at the first glance at the ASCII. Even with a tile set, it can be confusing. Hello, Zip. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. It is a very good tutorial series. Das Tactic is good, but it's old now. It's getting quite old, and I've seen a lot of Dwarf Fortress tutorials getting pretty ancient. The 3-finger tangent. It's a classic, and it's one of my best, one of my most practiced tangents. Where were we? You do need 1,000,000 hours for the Das Tactic series. Like, each video's coming up on an hour long, if not half hour to an hour long, if not longer, and there's 60 of them, so Jesus Christ. Anyway, enough of this. I've got to look away from chat for a minute. We're going to go and see what's going on. Now, I noted a migration wave arrived. What's going on there? There we go. Where are you? Show me yourselves. Come onto the map. There they are, look. Now, before they arrived, we've got a dead horse. Never mind. Before they arrived, we had 53 adults, 3 children, and 1 vulnerable baby. And hopefully this will give us a little bit more flexibility in the tasks we can dish out. Says the guy with 24 idlers. Okay, maybe we have got some hands free anyway. This looks like a big one, actually. Is this going to stop coming? They've brought a lot of animals with them. Did they just bring a dead horse onto the map and drop it? Or did I misinterpret that? Was that H already there? Is it a dead horse? Oh, it's a stray horse foal head. Ah, okay. So it's a baby horse head. Of course. What else would it be? Why would I expect anything but a baby horse head? Let's go to Dwarf Therapist and check these little new arrivals out. What have we got here? Let's have a little peek. Currently, I'm sorting by squad, so we want to move to Migration Wave. And then we'll scroll down to the latest and say refresh. 74 adults, 4 children, and 0 babies, which can mean one of 2 things. The baby grew up, or the baby died. And I'm going to go with grew up because we've got... Oh, is that an extra or 1 less child? I didn't notice. Shit. Well, if we look at the nicknameys, I'm pretty sure the baby was claimed by someone. So if there's a new nicknamey adult, we should be able to do the maths. Okay, anyway, the new arrivals. There's 21 of them. It's a substantial wave. I'm going to pause the fortress in the background because I feel like we need to give these guys a little bit of attention to figure out who's worth something and who's not. So, mining-wise, we haven't brought anybody. Carpentry-wise, we've got a rank noob. Let's stop sorting by jobs and have a look. Nothing exciting in the browns, not much in the grey. The green's looking a bit paltry. We have got some very, very good medical dwarves. Look at this one. 10 dressing wounds, 10 suturing, and 6 diagnosis. Our hospital's starting to become quite the facility. I think we're going to have some good dwarves recovering. In here in the sort of beigey zone, there's not much going on. We've got a level 10 presser, but who gives a shit about pressers? Plant gathering and plant processing. Well, plant gathering, yes, we've got some. Plant processing, not so much. Cooking, meh. What's this? Butchery, fishing, furnace operating, weapon smithing. No, sorry, armouring. All very low tier. Glass making, that's cool. We've got glass making industry, but I think we've already got... Actually, no, they might have died thinking about it. Glass making could be one of the industries we need to replace. We've got some spinning and all that jazz. This, so far, not seeing anybody who's striking me as exciting, but we still haven't looked at the military screen. Quick look at chat. How am I doing? I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. Thank you very much, Super Chaser. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good time using that degree you got for some fine biomechanical madness, biochemical. I can't remember the exacts. I just know it's some form of very exciting high tier biology. Anyway, let's have a little look over here. Nobody's killed anybody, but somebody does have a little bit of military skill, a bit of hammer dwarf skill, and a bit of swords dwarf skill. Now, seeing as we're actually a little bit low on military dwarves at the moment, I feel like I'm going to add these two to the military immediately without question. So in goes him, assigned to squad, the Swift Trades. Very shit name. We need to work on a better one. Heavens above. Smiley Tom Stan is now hosting me. Well, thank you very much for the host, Smiley Tom Stan. Much appreciated. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for letting anybody who comes to your channel take a look as well. It's very nice. Very splendid. Very premium. Where was I? I was putting this guy in the military. That's what I was doing. There we go. He's in now. So we've looked at the migrants that have just arrived. Let's sort by squad and check how our military's doing. Yeah, there's only 6 of them. We need 4 more guys to bring it up. All of our good dwarves got killed by that bloody Cyclops. Oh, sorry. No, we still have a swords dwarf of note. But he's it. That's as far as it goes. The leader... The actual noble in charge, the, what's he called? Captain of the Guard, he's actually cack. Look at him. He's got level 5 discipline. Sure, he's got himself locked down and under control, but his stats are actually shit, and his skills are shit. Okay. Well, hopefully he gets good. Gets good, or dies. If only we could get legs back in. If only we could create some kind of cyber legs for him, that would be good. Hello, this guy's a competent axe dwarf. What do you do in your day-to-day? You're a... oh, no, he's a visitor. We can't have him. Okay. Looking at this, we don't really have anybody else who's suitable. And I don't think we've got any actual peasantry either. Let's just check to see. No peasants. This fortress has been very poor at attracting peasants, actually. Very poor. Oh, well, thank you very much for the compliment, Smiley Tom. Much appreciated. Smiley Tom Stan. I apologise. Magical prosthetics. Yeah. That I don't think it's in. You can get crutches and whatnot. I mean, maybe he can walk and fight on a crutch. Let's check out Legs' crutch walking skill, shall we? That should be interesting. Where is he? Reveal yourself, Legs. There he is. Let's go over here. What's your crutch walking? Oh, wait, that's other skills, isn't it? Appraiser, organizer, crutch walker. Here he is, crutch walker. He's not the best crutch walker in the fortress. Oh dear. In fact, he has 0 skill in it. Well, I suppose being paralysed from the spine downwards is probably a bit of a hampering factor when it comes to getting on your feet. So we'll cut him some slack. I mean, somebody's already cut his spinal cord, so, I mean, It's only fair, isn't it? Let's commit those changes. Before we leave Dwarf Therapist, does anybody want a dwarf named after them? Because now is the time to ask before I toddle off and start doing stuff in the main fortress. He says, realising there's a significant delay between saying stuff, it reaching you, you saying stuff, and the stuff coming back. So maybe I will go back to the fortress and we'll come back to Dwarf Therapist and sort it out for you lads later on, if you want names. Now, a minute ago, I was talking about sorting out my stockpiles, because we saw that lad go and run off and pick stuff up from a stockpile that was miles away. Why is this guy flashing? What are you doing? He's making a rock pot. It's fine. I don't know why everyone's panicking. Calm down. Okay, so what do we do here? Workshop profile. Yeah. No, that says who can go in there. How do I make it so it only picks from a single stockpile? Maybe I click on the stockpile itself. Give to a pile / workshop. Take from a pile / workshop. Here we go. Now we're getting into the weeds of detail. The weeds of detail. So this stockpile should give to that one. Good. Can I also give to this stockpile and this stockpile, or is it just one? No, we can give to all 3 stockpiles. And then if we click this stockpile, am I in the right one? I don't think I am I? I love this track. I know I say it every time it comes on and I tell people how much I love this track, but I really do love this track. So, give to that one. Give to this Mason's Workshop over here. And then give to this other Mason's Workshop over here. Oh no, we did put stone stockpiles opposite them, didn't we? Okay. No. I'm going to rearrange this entire situation. I've changed my mind. Delete selected. There we go. So you give to that. Excellent. Now you delete. You give to the Mechanics Workshop. Isn't that special? Isn't that bloody lovely? Excellent. Then I suppose also give to this workshop. Good. Now this one here gives to... Can I click with the mouse? No. Let's get down there. Give. There we go. Give to this one. Bingo. Give to this one. Bingo. And then give to this one. Lovely. Okay. What's this stockpile? Bars and blocks. Okay. So that's fine. It's our only bars and blocks stockpile anyway, so they're not going to be ending up going anywhere else. Well, it's our only blocks stockpile. We've got a bars stockpile on another floor, but blocks-wise, this is it. Smiley Tom Stan says, yes, please, to a dwarf. So, okay, bear with me a second. We're not going to pause the game. We're just going to head over to Therapist and leave it running like the wild men we are. I'm going to sort by has nickname so we don't accidentally land on somebody who's already got one. Excuse me. Close my eyes and tickle my mouse wheel gently with a little bit of up and down motion on the wrist. I close my eyes to select a dwarf. Here it comes. Who've we got? We've got Cadol, the weaponsmith, and not bad either, level 7. Well done. Well done. The luck of the draw plays in your favour. Smiley Tom, I'm going to try fitting it all in. But I think you're going to go over the 16 character limit. No! Holy shit, you're in. As is. When was this game made? It seems to be a DOS-based game. Now, it's more recent than you think, and it's not a DOS-based game, but it is probably about 10-15 years old, and it has been done in the style of the old DOS-based games, certainly graphically at least. It's very good. If you want to, you could make me a dwarf. I think this is the first time I've caught you streaming. No, Absolot. I'm definitely sure you've been in the live stream before, right? Surely. Let's close the eyes, do a little mouse wheel kerfuffle. Biddly 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 boo. There we go. Who've we got? Licot. Ooh, what does he do? He's a... Stop popping up, you damn thing. He's a fishery worker. Whoa, that is a shit tier profession, Absolot. But hopefully Hopefully your influence on him will change him. Oops, not better. There we go. And commit. There we go. This game would crash if run in DOS coding, I think. It would be too much coding. I imagine so. I don't think, I think you would need it to run in a more modern operating system. Its looks belie its complexity, as I understand it. I could be wrong. Maybe it's much simpler than it looks, but I doubt that. I find that highly unlikely. Oh dear, I appear to have lost the music, don't I? Let's try again. There we go. That's better, isn't it? Anyway, back to Dwarf Fortress. Back to the old fort. I'm a future military man, a master strategist. Oh, very nice. Okay. As in, oh, I see, you're dwarf. Now that makes a lot more sense. I thought you'd suddenly gone into some kind of time travel based breakdown and were claiming to be from the future and, you know, a John Connor kind figure, which I was like, oh, I liked Toast a lot. Why did it have to go this way? Why did it have to happen so suddenly too? And then I understood. Then I realised that it was me who was being the crazy fool, not you. It's always me, though. It's always me. Oh. Anyway, where were we? Yes. We were rationalising, not nationalising, rationalising our workshops. And I think this stone thing itself is actually going to be a more of a boon than we imagined, because already I'm seeing people just going backwards and forwards like that and leaving the long distance hauling very much to other dwarves, which is good, because we want the guys doing the work, doing it close by, right? Or getting their materials from close by. Now, I haven't set up any real stuff to do with this textiles industry. I've just put some stockpiles down for leather, silver nugget, no, leather, cloth, more cloth. Why have I got two separate cloth stockpiles? Oh, one's for thread, one's for actual cloth. Okay, I get it. So I'm thinking maybe it's time to start, oh, we're just making leather bags these days, apparently, for the stockpile. What's my orders on that? 5 to 10 leather bags. Surely these should be getting filled up with sand, though, down here. Are my sand boys not... Yeah, look, someone's doing sand. That's good. We should also change our serrated green glass disc orders a bit, so we can have some, what's names? Not a double wank off. Green glass spikes. Spikes for traps, not spinning discs, because of course spinning discs ping off everywhere and we lose them, whereas the spikes, due to their up-down nature, if they're going anywhere, we'll be able to find them. We'll know where they are. We'll look in the old spots where the sun don't shine on the dead goblins. Or elves. Optimally elves. But we'll see. We'll see how the world treats us. It looks like we're building up a nice little bar block of charcoal here, so maybe we can start making pig iron. That one says melt a middle object, a metal object. Pig iron is available. Oh, baby. Here we go. Let's put that on order. Yes, please. Let's add some constraints. Bars of pig iron. Let's keep 5 to 10 on hand, because they're only a middleman. They're only a stopgap. Let's get... which of these has got less to do? Holy shit, that one's busy. Is this one melting copper? It is melting copper. Well, this one doesn't need to melt copper anymore, does it? Oh, hello. It's re-announced it. Oh, fuck beans. SR... There we go. So add melt a metal object. Repeat. Okay, that can stay on. And then we add smelt steel. I don't know if that's going to be an option yet until we've got some pig iron knocking about. Come on. Steel bars. Here we go. And we don't have pig iron yet, so it won't even let us put down the order. Damn. Damn. Man, I'm hungry and thirsty. I wish I'd made myself a snack and a bigger drink before I started. Should have got myself a thermos with extra coffee in. Oh, this is nice. Look, these lads down here are all piling over to put the sandbags in. Oh, that's more activity down here than I've seen in a while. It looks like the grazing thing really paid off. I like it. It's good. Let's pop some more animals in here, because I think the last migration wave probably turned up with a few. Shift N, G. They did. That buck rabbit's already in there. Reindeer bull, baby alpaca, and a yak cow. Very nice. I don't know why I'm keeping the rabbit segregated from other creatures. I mean, yeah, keep it away from other rabbits. Clever idea. Stop them breeding. But they're hardly going to fuck a horse, are they? Then again, who knows? This is a magical world with all manner of fantastical things possible. So maybe in this world, a rabbit can fuck a horse. I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter what world you're in, a horse can't fuck a rabbit. At least, if it does, you end up with just a horse, not a horse and a rabbit, you know? I'm not suggesting it is absorbed into the horse via its genitals. That would be mad. I'm suggesting the genitals kill it. That's dark. We've managed to go to the pink place and the dark place at the same time. Brutal. Very brutal. Often the most dangerous thread to walk along in Twitch. What am I doing? Stop it, scoundrel. Stop talking about that. You like my version better? Well, you know, you say that, Ocelot, but if you actually turned out to be a John Connor-esque futuristic soldier time traveller, I think that might be more trouble than it's worth, you know? If Terminator tells us anything, that it tells us that fighting wars against artificial intelligence manifest in robots is stressful. And nobody does that well with stress. People say they do, but those people die of heart attacks at 50, 40, even earlier. Let's have a look at this. What's going on there? Will you be building a minecart repeater for those spikes? I don't know how a minecart repeater works, so it's unlikely, but we'll give it a go maybe if I find myself desperate for some automation. Right, have they built any pig iron yet? Show me your pig iron. Oh, a second order for melting a metal object's gone in. How amazing. Oh, steel's not on this page anymore. Where's... Oh, look, steel. Oh, brilliant. Okay, so now we go Alt-W. Yep, that's fine. Add some stock levels, 5 to 10 steel bars. Fantastic. Okay. So now, theoretically, our fortress is going to continue to produce steel bars for as long as it has the materials to do so. And we should be okay. What I might do is make a stockpile for flux stones and bring that down nice and close. Actually, that's a very good idea. What's this stockpile again? That's the melt armor stockpile. I'm going to get rid of that now. We're going to stop, at least temporarily, duping steel via the leggings method, and we're going to move to the smelting steel via the actual correct method. Won't that be lovely? Right, so we'll start with the stone stockpile. I'm going to do it here, over to about there. That'll do, about the same size. I could have just changed the settings for it, couldn't I? Ugh! Idiot! Never mind. Okay, so we don't want metal ores. Forbid them. Do we want economic stones? Yes, that's where the flux stones appear to be. We don't want other stone. And we don't want clay. Let's go in here. Are these all suitable? We don't want bituminous coal. I don't want gypsum. Satin spar. That sounds like a technical description. You know how they have, like, in the UFC and that, they've got all those, like, he's in half guard, he's in full guard, he's in rubberneck. You know, they have all these little names for the moves. That sounds like a move from the porn industry. They're like, as they're describing a sex position, it's like, right, you're going to move from sat in spar to sat out spar. And then the woman involved goes, hold on a minute, sir. This seems like a bit of an outlandish maneuver. How am I supposed to get both of my feet that far away from my face? You know, don't try and imagine the move. I was just improvising. It's probably not going to be very, you know, pleasant to imagine. Where was I? Oh, God. Dolomite. Do we have any dolomite? Dolomite. We've got marble. Let's just assume these are all flux stones and see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I hope by stitches you mean the colloquial laughter rather than I've actually made you fall over. You got so angry you ran at your computer and banged your head on a shelf or something. And now you're sitting there with a needle and thread going, I really should go to hospital for this, but I want to watch the programme. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to do stitches myself. It seems if they're on your arm or like somewhere you can't use both hands, it's going to be incredibly difficult. Or your back, you know? Not optimal. But if I had to have stitches on my knee, maybe I'd give it a go. Give it a try, see what happens. I mean, maybe I'd want to watch someone else do it properly first. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? That would be a sensible boys' manoeuvre. Okay, so what's going on here? What's our scenario for our military dwarves? Because as I remember rightly, last time we finished with an armour making binge. So I'm going to go to my stocks. I'm going to see what we've got in the way of steel. So we've got steel breastplates. 1, 2, 5, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 steel breastplates. Perfect. That's 3 more than we need for our military. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. No, sorry, 15 chain leggings. Very good. Is that right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 chain leggings. That's plenty. Helms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not quite, well, enough for what we've got, but not enough for a full military, but we're getting there. High boots, we're a bit low on those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mail shirts are coming. Picks, shields, spears, warhammer. Oh, okay, I thought that was a Helmex. I didn't know what a Helmex was, and then I realised that's a quality mark. We've got more steel helms than I imagined. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we've got 10. It's all good. So what other items do we need? Now we've got helm, leggings, breastplate, high boots. There's got to be other items, right? Let me look in the orders screen here. Have we got anything? No, there's no orders coming in through the manager. But that's okay, we'll figure it out. Gauntlet. Okay, Sasnad? Sasnad? I think that's right, isn't it? Sasnad. Yes, Sasnad. I'll give it that as my pitch for the pronunciation of your name. Gauntlets it is. Let's put them in. JMQ STEELGAU steel gauntlets. How many do I want? Well, let's make an order for 10. That should do it. And then, once that order gets placed in one of our workshops down here, we'll set it for a stock management order. Breastplate, helm, leggings, shield, high boot. Oh, we're making shields as well, aren't we? Oh, it looks like the gauntlet order's already in. Ah. We're just out of materials to make them at the moment. Let's remove that then, because we've already got the gauntlet order. Shit, what did I just delete? Brew drink from plant. I imagine it's brew drink from fruit, right? Yeah, probably. Cool. Right, now let's actually move that to the top. Is it T? Max priority, there we go. And then to the forged steel gauntlets, remove that. Lovely, excellent news. Okay, so gauntlets should be on their way once the steel has been created. Now, also, it's time to make these more rationalised, isn't it? So we're going to get the wood stockpile and we're going to say give to this one and give to this one. Very good. And then we're going to say to this stockpile, we're going to take from this one and we're going to give to this one because it's making the pig iron. Right? Let's do it to all of them. All the smelters can have the coal, just in case they're making steel in there. These are sand making workshops, aren't they? So that's fine. Do I need to make a pig iron thing? Nah. Let's give the fluxstone in these workshops to these workshops as well, so they don't end up travelling too far, and we try and get it all sorted. Right, let's watch. See how this pans out. Is this going to be a good thing or a bad thing? Well, people are putting the fluxstones into the stockpile, which seems effective. Which workshop is it again that's making the actual steel bars? This one? Nope, that's just smelting our ores. This one's making the steel bars, and this one's making the pig iron bars. Okay. Okay. Okay, we'll let that play out for a bit and see what goes on. I might need to go make a coffee. Let's see. I've got to pick the kids up at about 3-ish, so I'll need to leave probably about 22. So we've got over an hour. And I've been recording for an hour. You know what? I might take a second to go and make myself a cup of coffee and grab a bag of crisps or something, because I'm getting pretty hungry. I don't know if the microphone's picking it up, but my old tumbly is getting a little bit rumbly. And by a little bit, I mean it sounds like a washing machine with a brick in it at the moment. Do I go nuts and leave the thing unpaused while I boil the kettle? It could be a wildly foolhardy endeavour. Then again, the game pauses if bad shit happens, doesn't it? The game pauses. So, what do we reckon? What does the chat reckon? Are we thinking wisdom and pausing and have like a little break with a bit of like other music or something, or are we thinking just go, scoundrel, just go, let it go, let it be, whatever happens. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. Well, Animal is taking the side of the No Pause gang. Ooh, okay, first vote cast. Screw wisdom, live on the wild side, says Ocelot. Oh, it seems like everybody's in a very excitable mood today. Normally of an evening, caution is the watchword, but during the daytime, everybody's apparently pretty hyped up, pretty juiced. Then again, I'm assuming it's daytime because I'm in the UK and it's daytime here, but of course some of you may well be somewhere else in the world. You could be part of the International Dwarf Fortress Brigade, from my perspective. That would be exciting, wouldn't it? Anyone currently in the middle of the night? Anyone in the Australasian area? Anyone around Oceania? Or, I suppose, is it nighttime in China? Not that there's a whole heap of Chinese people watching Twitch. Dutch. I love the Dutch very much, as NoFX once said at the beginning of a song. One of the few European countries is the Netherlands that I've actually been to. Not big holiday maker. But yeah, you're only, what, an hour ahead, if that? I think you are in another time zone, aren't you? But it's only like one hour ahead of UK time. You're not behind, are you? You're ahead. You go into Europe, heading east, you go forward, and then west, it goes backwards. Whatever, let's not get too lost in the minutiae of time zones. Let's see what happens. Now, I'm seeing coal going into the workshop there. I've not seen any steel bars come out, but I've not really been paying any attention. The Netherlands is only fun if you want to sniff culture, or go to the Efteling? The theme park. I have to say, when I think Netherlands, the first thing I think of, indeed the second thing I think of, is not theme parks. I mean, and the first thing I'm going to mention that I think of is waffles, and they're way down the list, and above theme parks, for sure. I mean, let's face it, I know it's a stereotype, but wind pumps, they're pumps, not mills, I know that much. You can't clear a polder with a mill, you've got to do it with a pump. But you know, that's iconically Netherlands. That's what people think of. Shall I go for the ultra racist meme? Shall I go for the wooden shoes meme? Do I say clogs? Sabots? No, I wouldn't dare. That would be unconscionable. How dare I? I'm already in enough misery and tear shed from the state of the relationship between the UK and the EU as it is. Why make things worse? Why make things worse? How rude of me. Cloaks. No. Clogs. Ocelot gets there. Ocelot gets there. Only one of those things really interests me too much. 2 o'clock in Norway. Oh yeah. Espen Joris, I'm guessing. Maybe that's a J. Espen Joris? Espenuris? We're guessing. But Norway, only 2 o'clock. For some reason, I assumed Norway was like a long way away in a massively different time zone. But of course, it's north, isn't it? Which has fuck all effect on the time. So, Norway a lot closer, like side to side, than I thought it was. Intriguing. Oh, closer than Sweden, right? You're on the outside, facing the UK. Norway is everybody knows about this, right? The dick and balls thing. Like, Norway is like a penis. Sweden is like a weird underside of the penis part of the balls, and Denmark is like a testicle. Not literally, obviously, but when you look at them on a map, the shape they make, that's kind of what they are. Norway's the one like closer to the UK than Sweden, right? It goes Norway, Sweden, Denmark down the bottom, Finland off the other side. Not that Finland's technically Scandinavian, but hey, they touch. Whatever. Where was I? You can't possibly make it worse. Oh, that's okay. That's okay then. Fair enough. Oh, it's true, actually. The relationship is somewhat sullied of late, but hey, never mind. Never mind. Oh, cheese. No, actually, Dutch cheese. Very nice, very premium. When me and Kel went on holiday, we had been to Netherlands twice, once New Year's and once in the summer. And we went in the summer. We were a bit late for seeing the tulip fields, but we did a tour and went around and we saw all these places where they'd gathered the different wind pumps that had been used all over the place, and like they had historical examples of them all brought to one site. And there they had like a living history kind of making clogs and cheese, and the cheese is fantastic. Dutch cheese, well worth a look in that wax and stuff. We had like a chili cheese. I don't know if Edam is a brand name or a cheese type, but it was let's call it Edam for the sake of argument. We had like chili Edam. There was a lovely pesto Edam, which looked a bit grim because it all had like green bits in it, but it tasted fantastic. What was the other one? We had like one with some kind of fruit in. I can't remember if it was apricot or something like that, but there was a fruit Edam. And there was a fourth one. They came in a sort of like a sock kind of thing, all joined together. I think it was just a plain regular cheese, just like a calibration cheese, if you will, to make sure your taste buds are really getting the full effect of the additives, you know? You calibrate your palate with one piece of plain cheese, and then off you go and do your scientific flavour surveys of all the other varieties. Where were we? There's a vile force of darkness. I'm ignoring it for now. I'm just catching up with chat. Gobbos indeed. I can't get away from it. I look at the screen and go, no, I'm ignoring that. I look at the chat. Somebody's immediately telling me what it is. Thank you, Specs Marina. And thank you for putting the link to the Discord in, whoever did that. Does Nightbot do that on its own? Oh, okay. We're the condom on the outside, that's it. Protecting Scandinavia from all the horrible international STDs that float around in those seas. Never been to Norway. Might be interested in visiting, seems interesting. But everything I know about Norway I've either learned from death metal or the film Troll Hunter. So knowledge is limited. I know slightly more about Sweden because I lived with a Swedish person for a hot second. But and the only things I know about Denmark is basically they make bacon there, and Sandy Toksvig is from Denmark. Oh, and Rutger Hauer, of course. Let's not forget the big RH, possibly one of the 80s finest genre actors. Oh, Tears in Rain, sir. Oh. Anyway, where were we? Hello TTV TDBTW. Welcome to the stream. Finland is the balls. Oh, okay. Sorry, I got that wrong. Finland is the balls. Although, are we talking in some kind of metaphorical sense, or are we talking in the purely visual sense of the original idea? Sort of like it's Finland, because I thought Finland was like Norway, Sweden, Finland. Like you could sort of like very ungracefully simplify those countries into like three bands next to each other, like horizontal stripes of land. But maybe I'm wrong. I'll have to look at it. I'll have to check it out. But welcome to the stream, man. Dutch cheese is insane. Insane. Strong words. Edam is kind of like a brand and a type. Denmark has Lego as well. Let's not forget their contribution to the plastic waste problem. It will last 10,000 years. Sorry, am I putting a negative spin on that? I meant to say, let's not forget their contribution to childhood happiness and adult happiness and just general happiness, you know? It's good. It's good. It's good. Lego's good. Trust me. I've bought stuff for my kids that was Lego. It's good. Oh my god. Norway is wonderful if you like being outside. Depends on the situation. There have been times I've liked being outside, but not in general. What do you reckon? You think I like being outside?
No.
No. Not at all.
Right, it's cold.
Well, we are discussing Norway at the moment, so it would probably be cold. It warms up. Oh, we just watched Midsummer, talking about Scandinavian, and it's a pretty good movie. Well worth a watch. Oh, hang on, no. There's some dissent, some counter-opinion. You're not fan of it? You didn't think it was good?
It's too long.
Alright, well, okay.
I could have wrapped that shit up a lot.
Yeah, okay. It's 3 hours long. It is too long, but it could have been, I enjoyed it nonetheless. It's
It was good. It was just...
we had to split it into 2 parts because you had to go and get the kids, but hey, what can you do? Anyway, let's look at this vile force of darkness that's arrived and see what's going on with it.
How dare you call me that?
Not you. Come on. I'd never call you a vile force of darkness. You're a vile force of chaos. No, don't be silly. Right, so who've we got? It looks like it's goblins, and it looks like they're all coming. They always turn up here. Have we got a goblin civilization off in that direction or something? Or oh wait, I was going to go and make a cup of coffee. Do you want a cup of coffee? Okay, all right then. Well, I'll tell you what. Oh shit, a siege is literally the worst time to do that. I'm not going to leave it unpaused like I said I was. I'm going to leave it like this for a second, and I'll take you to the home screen just for a little while and play some music for you, because it could take a hot second to make a cup of tea. So let's pause Swerwer, shall we? And we'll have, after the break, a little bit more information on what this vile force of darkness is all about. There's probably going to be a fuckload of them, but we'll see. We'll see. So back to the home screen. I'm going to be, as long as it takes to make a quick cup of coffee, about this size. Shouldn't take too long. And while you're waiting for me, I will leave you with a little bit of music from my friend Sinister Elements. It probably may not even get through 1 track at this rate. Normally my breaks 10 to 15 minutes, like luxury, epic breaks. But in this instance, I'm just making a cuppa. I will see you on the other side very shortly. Bye for now.
Human existence became a struggle